Yeah.
Ryan's starting to smile.
I don't know what I said.
Wow. I'm in charge of this thing. I can't laugh too much.
It's funny as fuck.
This is the shit that somebody will clip and be like, "Look at these guys."
It's the music, man. Oh. I can't breathe.
Oh man.
Oh man. I'll piss my pants.
This is fucking Jay. I'm so mad.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Oh man, that's so great.
Yeah.
Jay, are
And,
you there right, bro?
He's still laughing.
I
Jay's
can't
dying.
hold it.
Fuck,
Jay, you're still
Jay.
laughing.
Dude, Jay's losing his shit, bro. Like, you just...
Right.
Jeremy,
I tried to hold it together. I was like,
I don't know why I can't stop laughing at this.
There you go.
Water.
Jay, Drunk 3PO, unmute. God. What's wrong with Jay?
Jay, and I am your host, Jared the American, and we have a lot to talk about. We have some breaking stories, actually. Without further ado, I think it's our time to get into the news, so we're gonna do that. I actually have something to talk about. On Wednesday, we have Golden A. Let me see. He's going. Let's see. Yep. The Golden Age Geek. He's going to be joining us. And let me actually do something. Just had to let that So we are gonna have a guest that day. We are gonna have Golden Age Geek join us. Hail. But we actually have some news on Ron DeSantis. Boy, Ron DeSantis. And we thought would be the heir apparent to Donald Trump. Turns out he's without further ado, I actually covered this today on my well, I didn't have a show during the day. I made a video about, but let's just play this ad. Or we should. Sorry. We should just see. This is Yoshi the Patriot. Just when you thought I couldn't get word for Team DeSantis, they released an ad featuring the Nazi black sun implodes over the Florida state flag, which is also the Azov Battalion Ukraine logo as well. And here's Laura Loomer.
It doesn't hurt me. Do you want to feel how it feels? Do you want to know that it doesn't hurt me? Do you want to hear about the deal I'm making? It's you and me. And if I only could, I'd make a deal with God, and I'd get him to swap both places. Be running up that road, be running up that hill, be running up that building. Say if I only You don't wanna hurt me, but see how deep the bullet lies.
That went too. And
It doesn't hurt.
thing is, well, here's the thing, and Yoshi the Patriot's actually wrong on this. The Black Sunday has been around for years. However, it was this current sim, well, it was more of, for my research, it was more used by Nazis. He's in this current way. If you're trying to get, what I'm trying to say is, it was more popularized like this way. And you can see Ripa versus trending. Hail Ripa. But one, and this brought both never Trumpers and Trump supporters together. But one person who had such a freaking I'm not even going to, because the person who I'm talking about, Max Nordau, aka DeSantis' Brian Griffin, is that guy might try to dox me. I really am not in the mood to, but if he throws the first, I'll let him throw the first punch. How about that? I mean, just because. This is just an example. MAGA. So that is true then. DeSantis campaign is using this campaign joke. This is wrong to I guess this is someone who's more of a GOP. Because they have, I'm not sure. Oh, no, he's not moderate. He's definitely a Democrat. He says he's independent, but you see the Ukraine flag and Taiwan flag. Wasn't sure because I didn't read over it. But he says, hey, liberals. He literally not symbols in that. I still. And this was whole story is this was retweeted. Someone had on the DeSantis fan Twitter account posted this, and a DeSantis staffer retweeted it. He then deleted the tweet, and I mean, this is awful. Look at that. And I mean, I guess you can look at who the Bushes, who were pretty much DeSantis' chief. I mean, he said he looked up to H.W. Bush, whose father Prescott helped fund Nazis, well, supposedly. And I mean, on a side note, unrelated, Twitter's now X. People last night were, because I saw X videos. And they're like, oh my God. When X videos, the prawn site, sues. I mean, the DeSantis campaign is such a joke, such an actual joke. Why would you do that? Had an itch. Why would you do that? Like, literally, what dumbass does that? And meanwhile, he's also signing bills criminalizing anti-gay. So what the heck is going on with DeSantis? He's going to keeps flip-flopping on who he's going to appeal to. Oh, he's going to appeal to the Jewish communities. He's going to appeal to the more moderate Republicans. He's appealing to literal. Not like, what is he doing? What is he doing? And the whole woke image, and I have nothing against. I'm against the woke ideology. I'm perfectly for that, but that just seems to be it. There's nothing on what he's going to do for the economy. The only other thing we know is foreign policy, and he's going to be a war. It's going to be the old days of George Bush all over again. God forbid he gets in. No, I'm not. Thank you. I think we got a long way to cover. This is just breaking. So today, apparently, a body was discovered in a pond near the Obama's estate at Martha's Vineyard. Found to be his former chef. Yeah. So this is the Vineyard Gazette. Man found dead in Edgartown Great Pond worked for the Obama family. Missing paddler who was found in Edgar Pond Monday was employed by former President Barack Obama and was on a visit to the Vineyard at the time of his death, according to state police. Officials identified the 45-year-old man who went missing Sunday as Tafar E. Campbell of Dumfries, Virginia. Mr. Campbell had served as the sous chef at the White House during the Obama presidency. Shortly before 10 a.m. Monday, divers recovered Campbell's body about 100 feet from shore in about 8 feet of water. He leaves behind a wife, Charisse, and twin sons, Xavier and Savin. It's tragic. A search for Mr. Campbell began Sunday night after he was first reported missing at 7:46 p.m. in the area of Turkeyland Cove in Edgartown. The Obama family owns a home on the cove. Mr. Obama's wife, Michelle, were not at the residence at the time of the accident, state police say. Mr. and Mrs. Obama expressed their condolences in a statement released Monday evening. Mr. Campbell had been employed by the Obamas since their time in the White House. The father was, I should not read it because this is actually serious. Someone did die. The father was a beloved part of our family. When we first met him, he was a talented sous chef at the White House, creative and passionate about food and his ability to bring people together. In the years that followed, we got to know him as a warm, fun, extraordinary, kind person who made all of our lives a little brighter. That's why when we were getting ready to leave the White House, we asked Tafari to stay with us, and he generously agreed. He has been part of our lives ever since, and our hearts are broken that he's gone, the statement read. Mr. Campbell went to the water Sunday, struggled briefly to stay on the surface, then submerged, state police say. He did not resurface. Another paddler was on the pond with him at the time and observed him go under the water. According to the police, environmental police located Mr. Campbell's body using sonar from a boat. According to state police. All right. So the investigation to the Mr. Campbell's death is being conducted by state troopers with the Cape and Island District Attorney Office in Edgartown Police. District Attorney Rob Gallipolis did not immediately return a request for comment Monday afternoon. The U.S. Coast Guard, Massachusetts State Police, and Edgartown Police and fire officials were all aiding in the Tuesday search. All right, let's see how long. Island police and fire officials conducted a door-to-door search in the wake of the missing persons report, as well as dives late into the night. Edgartown Fire Chief Alex Schaefer wrote in a statement to the Gazette. The firefighters also searched the pond shoreline by foot. We are deeply saddened by the outcome of this event, but grateful for the massive effort that was supported by our local fire rescue members, the chief said. Edgartown police notified the public about the missing man in a statement released shortly before 10 p.m. Sunday. The department also urged people to stay away from the pond and the surrounding area to allow emergency responders to perform the search. After several hours of searching Sunday, efforts were rekindled Monday morning. Divers, boat crews with sonar and helicopters were all being deployed, according to state police. Shortly before noon Monday, Edgartown Police Chief Bruce McNane reported that multiple units had cleared out the pond. The police department announced that Wilson's Landing had been opened back up to the public at 11:35 a.m. A spokesperson from the Coast Guard also confirmed that their helicopter had left early that morning. They defer further questions to the Cape and Islands District Attorney's Office. In an Edgartown Select Board meeting Monday, town administrators James Haggard thanked the first responders who worked through the night despite the tragic outcome. The first responders did a great job, all things considered, he said. And I mean, just sad. Like, I'm assuming that I'm going to
steeping grain for the honey porter. So what you do is you put this in the beginning stages. After that, you add in the hops. Each one is different. The honey porter has 3 stages of hops. First, we have to get it up to 170 degrees to extract the flavors from the grains, and then we take the grains out. And then we add the malt with the honey.
The official White House beer cellar, beer room, to check in on how our beer is going. I'm not sure if any camera has been down here before. Alright. Welcome to the White House beer room. Here's the honey porter and the honey brown. We are monitoring temperature. We are monitoring how often we have bubbles, so this will continue to ferment for a few more days, and we'll transfer it into these and let it distill.
Transfer the honey porter into the second fermentator. As it's cycling like this, you don't want to go too fast, curating a lot of air, which will make the beer taste better. They're all topped off. You want to at least get the water to the neck. Caps back on it. Now we wait. And keep it under lock and key.
that is weird. Me and the boys hours into trying to find a picture of Michelle Obama. What did he know? I don't know. Did he find out what you... Hang on, I gotta get the Laura Loomer tweet. Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah. I'm trying to find you. There's a thing with Joan. It might have not been Laura Loomer. Someone had a... Trying to find it. So it's pretty much he drowned near the pond. We remember the Clinton body count. That's really interesting. Yeah. So this is some other breaking. Massive emergency response in North Korea after 911 call made from Obama. So apparently the call came from inside Obama's mansion. That's pretty shocking. I gotta do something. That's actually a good point made by this. So found IG post from 2017 in which Tafari Camel, Obama's chief, notes that he can't swim. He drowned last night in Martha's Vineyard while reportedly out paddling with an unnamed person. Unclear why they couldn't help him out in 8 feet water. Very sad. That's really weird. It's weird. Well, we actually do have something of Obama. Go paddleboard with Obama in Martha's Vineyard, they said. Oh man, that's hilarious. Though the situation itself isn't. And he was paddleboarding. This is Joey Moreno. So a 43-year-old black man just washed up on dead on Obama's estate in Martha's Vineyard. That's how. Did you find out what Joan Rivers found out? Oh god. Let me actually get the clip from Joan Rivers. Let me
see the United States will see the first gay president or the first woman
we already
president?
have it with Obama, so let's just calm down.
Got it.
You know Michelle is a
I'm sorry, she's a what?
a transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh. And do you think that the country will see?
That is weird. Is this real? So today, a body is found in Obama's pond on the same day as this anniversary of Epstein. Something big is coming. This is from this guy. I guess I should follow. Oh my God. Holy crap. Is the anniversary of that, of his self-deletion attempt. I don't get it. I don't like this. Makes no sense. I'm just trying to see if anything is breaking. I'm just looking. Oh, holy crap. Everything. I also don't get why Elon Musk renamed it to G. I'm still calling it a tweet. I'm I gotta get this up from Wall Street. Silver sounds like some $9. It's preferred pronouns. Oh my god. Ugh. I should tweet. God, I swear, Elon's just gonna turn Twitter into a freaking porn site. I don't get it. God. I hate this. All right. They're really. It's so stupid. Oh, that's something else we could talk. Let's actually react to this from the boy, the liberal hive mind.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Here we go again with female sports, the U.S. women's national team. You know, I never really had anything against female sports. I think in the world of entertainment, it has its place. I'm a fan of Serena Williams and Venus Williams, female tennis, even female golf. When there's a young female athlete breaking records and getting massive endorsements, I've always been totally supportive, you know, it's pretty cool. But it's slowly starting to shift, and I feel like a lot of people feel that way as well. It's not because of misogyny and bigotry, it's because of all the disingenuous BS. You know, when you tackle issues with a bad faith approach, when you're clearly lying with an obvious goal that seems totally selfish and self-serving, when it's all about you, and essentially trying to scam the audience into supporting a totally dishonest cause, well then all of a sudden it becomes less about sport and more about politics. And that's where you lose people. The U.S. women's national team is simply unbelievable. I don't know what it is, but the athletes and the athletes' organizations in women's basketball and women's soccer are so incredibly snaky, manipulative, and dishonest. It makes me literally...
You heard that video? That guy, Gideon, I keep saying Gideon getting kicked out of a game. A basketball game because he fell asleep.
Want to root for their downfall. You know, if the U.S. women's national soccer team is playing China, I'm rooting for China. And I don't care what your counter argument is, I'm rooting for China in that specific instance. Because this team, and frankly this whole organization, has become indefensible. Excuse the long-winded rant, but I'm going to justify everything that I said previous. We've got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so we're not going to rehash some of the old topics of discussion. I'm not going to go into the details as to why this supposed female athlete pay gap is a total lie. We already know the context. I'm sure you guys are educated on the context, but let's just lay that as the groundwork. We know it's a scam. They obviously know it's a scam. They get paid higher than their male counterparts in terms of a percentage of profits. Yet look at the dishonest nonsense that they try to pull. Here's the U.S. women's national team, and I believe one of their spokespeople, who's also one of their lawyers, playing clearly edited clips of Will Cain at Fox News to try to make it seem as if they're victims of bigoted males who want to cut them out of getting their fair share.
So, critics pushing back at them.
I think equal pay is a ridiculous concept in and of itself. Soccer, for better or worse, on the men's side across this globe is much more popular than the women's.
Oh, we get that argument all the time.
They played a very small, precisely edited, purposely edited clip of Will Cain, where he says, I think equal pay is a ridiculous concept within itself. They're obviously trying to frame this as if Will Cain is anti-equal pay. The totally dishonest narrative that they're trying to imply is that women are being paid less for the same job and the same work in the same industry, and that you have these terrible, evil, racist white men on Fox who don't want to see women get paid fairly. But here's the actual clip.
Tell you why it's like this. Now, there's two things, first of all. When you talk about, as Trevor Scales just laid out, the bonus difference between the men's team and the women's team, between what a winner, if it had been the U.S. men, would get in the World Cup and the women. The women got a pool, or got paid out from a pool of $30 million from the Women's World Cup. The men would draw from a pool of $400 million, okay? $400 million, $30 million. Why is that? It's because the Men's World Cup generates $6 billion in revenue. The Women's World Cup generates $131 million in revenue. If you want to talk about pay disparity, the Women's World Cup players get paid out 20% of the total revenue. The men get paid out 7%. As a percentage point, they are getting much more. The problem is for anybody desiring equal pay. And by the way, I think equal pay is a ridiculous concept in and of itself. If the women generate more revenue, they should get paid more than the men. Don't strive for getting the same, strive for getting what you're worth. And if you're worth more, then get more. And so what I'm saying to you right now is soccer, for better or worse, on the men's side across this globe is much more popular than women's soccer.
The women's game had higher ratings than the men's, though.
That's
so what do you
in
say to that?
Charlie, that's in the United States.
That was in the U.S.
And that's comparing a women's World Cup final that featured the United States against a men's World Cup final in the United States that didn't feature the U.S. team.
I mean, come on. Who are you winning over with these totally dishonest tactics? It's clear propaganda. It's manipulation. It's so incredibly dishonest. You know, even if we were talking about a product that I found was interesting, captivating, if this was the marketing shtick, if this was the kind of thing that they're doing in the media, there is no way that I would ever support them, which makes the whole concept backwards if you think about it. Their strategy isn't to create a great product or make the game more exciting, you know, figure a way to bring an audience in. Their strategy is to grift, to pretend as if they're victims, to mislead the American public so they could get a public sentiment, let's call it PR cudgel, to go after organizations like FIFA and US national sports organizations saying, give us more or else. We're going to keep engaging in this duplicitous, dishonest propaganda campaign. That's essentially what they're doing. Look, we know that we're not bringing in the same money that obviously men's soccer and men's sports are, but give us more money anyways. Even if the league is losing money every year and we're totally subsidized by male sports, like the WNBA, for instance, do it or else we'll file lawsuits and we'll run a terrible campaign attempting to destroy this organization from the inside. Yeah, that doesn't seem like something I'd be willing to endorse. It doesn't seem like something I'm willing to get on board for and campaign. That's not justice, that's injustice. You know, they wonder why people aren't supporting these organizations. There's an incredible sense of entitlement. The U.S. women's national soccer team has performed relatively well in the modern era. They've collected accolades in worldwide competitions, absolutely. And following that, instead of building a brand, instead of marketing themselves, instead of taking a patriotic route to get people behind them and to get people excited for their competitive domination on the world scene, they took the most cynical approach possible. And they've alienated the millions of fans that they were probably trying to get on board in the first place. And actually, speaking of the whole patriotic notion, while representing America on the world stage and having that American flag on their chest, instead of playing into that, instead of getting people hyped for American excellence, this is what they do. U.S. women's national team players largely silent during national anthem in 2023 World Cup opener against Vietnam, who proudly sang theirs. We've seen them step on American flags, kneel for the anthem, disrespect the anthem, and they continue to do it into 2023, and they're wondering why people aren't interested in this media product. It's not a surprise. They're essentially feeding into the whole America is an...
You don't see that with men. You don't see Christian Pulisic go out there and, you know, at least I haven't. No. You know, that's why we'll always prefer the men over the women, because the men, at least a good chunk of them, respect the country, respect the flag. Though they probably shouldn't have done that thing with Biden. The Biden curse got to them. Hey, next time, do one with Trump.
An irredeemable, terrible place that should be shamed.
Actually, in the Gold Cup back in 2019, there was no comment for Trump. Actually, so you know what? I really don't care. Let's just
aimed and condemned. They continue in 2023 to disrespect the national anthem. Meanwhile, foreign nations like Vietnam and pretty much every other nation are showing patriotism and love for their country's flag and history. Mind you, foreign nations who don't have the same incredible history as the United States. If any country should be celebrated on the world stage, it's the frickin' United States of America. The country that has led the world economically and all this incredible innovation that's made everyone's lives better. The country that led the world in civil rights progress and progress for the individual. one of the first countries to end slavery and enshrine individual rights regardless of family lineage, socioeconomic status, identity, skin color. You know, that's a country that should be celebrated. Patriotism should be on the menu, should be popular, the most popular dish, but we continue to see this utter disrespect, nonsense, woke political grift. No wonder these leagues aren't popular. It honestly has nothing to do with gender and all to do with action. And now the new strategy seems to be attempting to shame us into buying tickets. FIFA begs fans to, quote, do the right thing and buy tickets as Women's World Cup gets underway with many unsold seats. Do the right thing, the FIFA secretary tells us. You know what the right thing is? Not supporting organizations that are deeply dishonest, manipulative, and hateful. That's doing the right thing. So no, I will not buy a ticket because you guys are missing your financial targets. I will not be shamed into throwing logic out the window and supporting an equal pay movement.
I'm not going. Kidding me? Screw that.
Movement that's built on lies and manipulation, and I will not be shamed in supporting these organizations as some sort of empty, vapid, political virtue signaling gesture. Absolutely not. And anyways, focusing too much on sports and any other form of consumerism entertainment is simply a waste of time. There's more important things going on in the world. So in short, the answer is no, I will not be buying tickets. Thank you very much. That's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. You know that we'd love to have you here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
I was going to share. So it wasn't Laura Loomer. It was actually Johnny Maga. And more breaking news. Holy crap.
The other thing you track for us, of course, is the ongoing legal trouble for former President Donald Trump. It is a Monday. Remind us where things may head this week in the myriad cases facing him.
If there's going to be an indictment here in Washington, D.C. on the special counsel's January 6th investigation, it could come as early as tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time, when the grand jury is here in the courthouse. The January 6th grand jury tends to meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays, Ed, and the magistrate judge tends to sit at 1 p.m. Eastern time to hear his or her caseload. That's the soonest it could happen, but there's certainly no date on the calendar that's a date certain. There's no indictment that is certain. All we can say is the target letter that Trump acknowledged and announced and that we have confirmed is an indication a federal prosecution is likely, if not imminent. You want to measure this by days and weeks, not by months and years.
The other thing you track for us, of course, is...
Yeah, indict him. Continue to indict him. See what happened. Yeah, just continue. You're never going to get Trump. And I think that should be really it. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and guys continue praying for Alcar. Let's actually check on how he's doing. I want to know how Alex McCarthy's doing. trying to find out. So currently, as of now, no updates. Continue to pray, though. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Continue to pray for Alex McCarthy. And I will see you later. Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.